What's up everybody, Frank Valkyria, welcome to my channel. It's a pleasure to see you, thank you so much for the support. Today, another request, Soda Stereo, Estoy azulado. Azulado, I don't know, I have no idea what it means, okay? I was trying. Azul, maybe it's blue. Maybe I'm getting blue, I don't know. Maybe that could be like a sort of blues version of a... I have no idea. Also, this is a request from Mika. I never get the name right. Even though Mika is from this side of the pond, she's a great supporter and she's also a great lover of Gustavo Cerati and Soda Stereo. So we've done many reactions, and apparently she also remembers the songs I reacted to and the ones that I didn't. You guys are so amazing. Mika, keeping track of my reaction. Thank you very much. So this is a suggestion. This is for all the Soda Stereo lovers on this page, which are many, and they're also a favorite of mine. So let's check this out together. Yes. Also, if you want to support this page with this gentleman right here, you can simply watch another video, subscribe, hit the notification bell or the thumbs up. It's all good. Coffee. Oh, I love this time of the 80s sound. It's amazing how big it's using a little bit of delay, a little bit kind of the edge style. Well, YouTube were already around. I suppose this is I think I read before, I don't know if it was correct, just before starting, I think I saw underneath was 86 or something. So, but anyway, Soda Stereo just few years before came out, and they already like blew up like mad. Look at everybody jumping, I love it. Well, I assume they've already been playing quite a lot, because the guy, they look already spent, all sweat and everything. Perhaps maybe it was a warm summer night or something, because they look like they already have given a lot.
Cerca de su atracción, tropiezo con mis manos.
It's like they're already going nuts in the crowd. It's so amazing. Of course, things also worked in a different way back then in the 80s. I mean, stuff were advertised on TV, pushed on TV, on the radio, so the hype grew increasingly fast because you were not exposed to the level of stuff you're exposed today and the level of choice you have today by simply roaming on Spotify or SoundCloud or whatever their other application, YouTube, you name it. There is so much stuff that literally, like, even in the suggested of YouTube, you get lost and you get suggested so much that the possibilities are basically endless nowadays. And at the time, like when something was produced through record label, through the ones which they had the largest reach, and of course was easier to manipulate, was easier to create the hype of a product. So I'm also not surprised that a band coming out, despite the fact that they're good, but they would just create an app so rapidly. Those guys probably around like 2-3 years, and they're already like, the audience is like, you hear the girls like almost tearing their hair off.
Otra mutación, un color azulado. Algo está ligándome cuando estoy a su lado. Quiero recuperarme a tu lado.
It's funny because Gustavo is also a good guitar player, and like those exceptions where you have a singer that is a good singer and a good guitar player together, and of course, it's a big part also of the success, the stamp that you give to the sound of the band, and also of course the band itself, because you cannot have one without the other. But definitely, like I don't think, well, at least I don't know if they do, but at least I sort of want to remind that from the things that I've watched, the songs that I already reacted to also put emphasis on the fact that this dude is also a very good guitar player, and a lot of time he's alone, like carrying on the song, both in the solo part and the rhythmic part, and then you do the singing, and he does it so well. This is a live performance, sounds so good.
A tu lado cambiaría de color. A tu lado, oh, a su lado cambiaría de color. A tu lado, porque algo está ligándome cuando estoy a tu lado. Quiero recuperarme. ¡Ya! Estoy a tu lado. A su lado.
Nice. As the little part they did that in falsetto. I mean, we have said this many times, but when you consider that, of course, they were gigantic from North America down, in Spanish-speaking countries, Soda Stereo is well renowned as one of the biggest rock, band of the 80s and so on. And when you hear, this new wave sound they were riding at the time, like if this was an English band, they would have been just together with those other great bands like U2 and Depeche Mode and all those bands of the time, which got so big. Yet they got so big because basically they've conquered the whole Latino market, the whole Spanish-speaking market, and even breaching a little bit into Brazil, a little bit. I'm sure people know Soda Stereo also a little bit in Brazil, even though because of the language and the type of political landscape or whatever that happened in the 80s towards 90s, I think was harder for stuff from the outside to get in. So even then, I'm sure there is a good part of the Brazilian audience that knows Soda Stereo. I mean, my Brazilian audience, on the channel here. Nice. What a lovely song. I really love this 80s stuff from Soda Stereo, especially live performances. I like this new wave sound a lot, and it's really interesting to find bands which they were doing their things. And I'm super happy if you never heard this song as well, or if this is the first time you hear Soda Stereo. There's plenty of great songs they've done. I've reviewed many. There's a playlist at the end here of the video if you want to see more reactions to Soda Stereo, Gustavo Cerrati. So guys, thank you so much, Mikal. Thank you so much for the suggestion. Keep them coming, and I'll see you later. Always spread love. Chip it down. Skid over the river. What am I doing here? Why?